Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to Cities Skylines 2, Part 17 in this Learning to Play the Game Despite Itself series. We're back in the city of Edgewood. It is fall and 60 degrees. Just thought maybe you would want to know that. But things have filled in, all the zoning that we did the end of the last video. It's all built in, and I'm happy with it for the most part. I think maybe I went a little too hard on the density over in this area. Not 100% happy with just how crowded the streets feel. So we may come through and just strategically replace. Matter of fact, let's do that. We're going to strategically replace just some of the bigger buildings with some smaller ones. So like right here on this corner, let's get rid of all of those. And then let's do the same thing down on this corner. Just bring in some smaller offices. I think this will be beneficial. And then let's do the same thing right here to these two big ones. And then let's get rid of a few here and right on the corner. We're going office for office replacement here. It's just we're getting rid of just some of our larger buildings. Back here, we might want to investigate doing the same thing. Like, I don't mind that one really tall building right there, but I think these two shorter ones right next to it might be a bit much. And then here, I like that we have that one nice big tall building, but I think what I'll do is just give it some space by just getting rid of the ones that are right around it. I think that'll make it look a little better here. I'm all right with those. I'm all right with this general area. It's mainly over here that I feel we kind of just went a little too hard. In fact, I'm almost wondering if we shouldn't do just like, I don't know. There's no parks that are that small, but something different there. That did rezone that, right? Yeah, I think so. It's just kind of hard to see. And then the same thing for commercial. I just feel like maybe we could do a little better here. So I'm going to get rid of a couple of our larger buildings. Mainly this one that kind of repeats itself over and over again. Just to kind of break up just tall building, and all of the same thing over and over again. Same thing like right here. We've got that same pattern repeated multiple times. And then again, like right here, I'm going to just get rid of those two. And then back here, I'm kind of okay with that, even though it's all the same building multiple times. And then over here, again, I don't feel like having these as crowded in are as bad, because some of them, if you look down in here at the street level, are actually, even though we've got like the main building front pretty close to the sidewalk, it then backs off. Almost looks like residential up there. Kind of wish we had the high density mix. That would be kind of cool. But that'll all do its thing and fill back in, and we'll be good. So we're up to 62,000 people, and we're about to completely decimate that. First of all, over here, all this nonsense, it's got to go. We're going to take this all the way back, and we're going to just start getting rid of all this. This road network is bad. Plus, the city's just not oriented in the way I'd like for it to be. So I'm just going to bulldoze all of this really quick, and we're going to do something completely different over here eventually. There we go. That gets all that cleaned up. The next thing I want to do, you can see that we've gotten up a couple levels since last time. I left the game just run while I was watching a couple live streams one day that I was feeling particularly poor. And poor as in ill, not financially poor. So that's true too. And the game, everything leveled up just from the passive bits you get. And I used that to buy quite a few tiles because I want to do some connectivity. I didn't have quite enough. We still need One or two tiles over here, specifically like that one probably. My goal is I don't want to build just, I want more connectivity coming in from over here somewhere. But I don't want to build just a massive bridge across these two islands. I think that would just be unrealistic. So instead what I'm thinking is bridge to here and then tunnel, make this island a little bit a little bit bigger, and then tunnel from here to here, or maybe even just tunnel from back here all the way to there. I don't know, but at least the tunnel from here to here to get under the ship channel instead of a really tall bridge. And then either tunneling here or doing just another bridge that goes like right here somewhere. And then that can pick up to this main arterial that runs along the shore up this way. That's kind of my thought on where that's going to go. I have in another copy of this save actually done that, and it worked fairly well. There were a few things I'll change from what I did in that test, but I just want to get more than one way into this side of town, and we're even going to bring another connection, and we're going to do that here in just a minute. We're going to flatten all of this out and make a connection over here, probably right about there. Over here is going to be really challenging because of the terrain that we have, but I think we can make a case for flattening some of this out and bringing that connection in. But what I want to do right now is get all of this flattened out. And that takes a little while because there's some pretty small spaces here. And that happens too. And I kind of got to go slow. So let me get all of this flat, and then we'll pick up and start building the highway. And I'm going to flatten that other island as well. So yeah, we're way far away from what I just flattened out, which was that island and that island. We're over here to point out the Medical University and College. I placed these because while I was letting the game run to let these trees grow and let all of this filled in and get upgraded and all that stuff, our money situation got into a really bad spot for a while. But before that happened, education was starting to slack, and I was getting a number of businesses complaining about not enough educated workers. We didn't have quite enough capacity on our university and our college, so I just plopped these down here for now. This is not their final resting place. We will move them at some point. I also, since we got some, what are they called? Development points, progression points, whatever. Put in the early disaster warning system. I guess it works. I don't know. I still don't understand how citizens know to go into the shelters. And it's these shelters that cause problems, and why we lost like $70-80 million. I was sitting here, like I said, just letting the game run while things upgraded and while I was watching a live stream. And by the way, I think this looks a lot better now, not having all of that density in there. Yeah, I think we're in much better shape now. Maybe a few too many still there, but I can live with that. But anyway, I wasn't really watching the game. It was here on my main monitor, and over to the right, I was watching a live stream on one of my other two monitors. And I happened to look down and was just losing money at an astronomically high pace. Like we were losing something like $8 million a month. And I could not figure out why. I started going through the budget, and it was all under fire and rescue was costing us just a ton. So I thought maybe there was something wrong with our fire stations, or that all the vehicles were in use, or something like that. And it took me a minute to figure out that these were suddenly costing me, it says $60,000. They were suddenly costing something like $800,000 each. And I've got a few of these sprinkled throughout the map. So it was just, it just suddenly started costing just a massive amount of money. Also, it looks like we might have an issue with death care. Let's adjust something here. I think we can make this better. So I'm going to take this district, and this district, even though that's right next door to that, out of there. And then I'm going to come over here because this one's only covering that. And we're going to add those to that one. And hopefully that'll free up the hearses here to be able to go pick up more people. Also, it's not bodies, it's cars that we need. More space for hearses. Yeah, I don't have any room to put that. And then the speed at which remains can be processed. Again, well, okay, never mind. Maybe we do need these, so we will go ahead and add both of those on because we just suddenly went. I guess there's still only one there. Oh well, whatever. That was weird though. But we can process more now and we can hold more. And now that this isn't serving these areas, which aren't really our problems, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Sorry, my phone just made the noises. But there's 5 that are currently waiting for hers. They'll be fine. So back over to here. I want to do a couple things. Actually, no, we'll leave that until we get this tile over here unlocked. For now, we're just going to come over here. And we have to once again delete this poor bridge. Because if we look, and you'll see why. Right now, it's angled to go this way, which that would take us right over all of these little bays and inlets, and then it would cross here. I don't think that's ideal. I think I'd rather have it coming down this way and coming in here and then making a turn up and then having a bridge come this way. I could bring it down to the ground and turn it again, but I think it makes more sense to just redo the bridge. And I kind of wish now that I hadn't deleted that before I got the height off of it, but that's all right. We can figure out how high it needs to be. What I want to do first of all then is, and for now, this is just going to be a 4-lane, 2-way highway. I want to get this right here so that we're going right by that little body of water. And then we're also going right by this one. So we're just going to plop that down just like that. And now that will inform where the bridge needs to go. And just to help me on that, I'm going to go ahead and connect this like that. And now I know where the bridge has to go in. We are going to go across at an angle, and I just want to make sure that we're going to be able to get... that might not work, though. We might have to bring this back just a little bit, simply because I don't think we have enough room to get the bridge to turn. So we are going to bring this back just a skosh. And go again. Cool. Now we know where the bridge needs to go, which is right there. And now it's just a matter of figuring out exactly how tall this bridge needs to be. I think it's 30 meters, but I could be wrong. Like, it's fine on that side, but it says it's overlapping items over here. But I think that's more... Excuse me as I hiccup. I think that's more of a pillar issue than anything. But that's just the spacing on my pillars. So I'd want to get one in the middle and then one to either side. So can I do that? No, it's just long enough that it won't let me do that. Does this really need to be like 40 meters here? I hope not. Because that's a really tall bridge. And no matter what, it's overlapping. How did I do this last time? I think it's because we're going at an angle this time. And last time we went more straight. Yeah, no matter what I do, that is hitting that shipping channel. We could make that smaller. I think there's a smaller shipping channel available. That's an option. I mean, how many boats are really coming through there? There's just one shipping lane coming through there, so I think it'd be fine if we went smaller. Let me see if I can't get the bridge to cooperate, though. I think I should be able to. I got this to work before, so I should be able to get it to work again. So there we go. 42.5 meters is what was required to clear that. Looks like, honestly, it could have been a little less, but... Oh, well, that's a cruise ship, though. Well, look here at a cargo ship. That's right. We don't have a cruise ship harbor anywhere. Yeah, that does need to be that high. All right, we can see the boat is big. So now I'm going to delete a lot of this highway that we just built. And you're probably thinking, well, that's dumb. Well, it's because I want to come in here now and just bring this down to the ground. All the way down to the ground. We'll hit this several times. There we go. And then bring this out enough where this is 4%ish or so on our grade. There we go. Right there. That's a kilometer-long bridge. That's a long bridge. But the cool thing is we'll be able to like bring roads underneath it. And that'll be kind of nice. So this doesn't look like this is going to be straight to me, but I guess it is. Huh. Just didn't look like it was going to line up. The tricky bit is over here because we don't have as far to go. So I do have to turn my guidelines back on for this one. And then it's always rough trying to get this to line up because it doesn't want to catch the guideline off the bridge. So usually I have to come up here, I think, and catch this. 42.5 is, I think, where we were. Oh, really? Why are you not wanting to let me build off of that? Come on. You can let me build off of that. There you go. Cool. And then bring that all the way down. Like so. And then look for our guideline going this way, because it usually picks it up going this way. As autosave kicks in. There we go. So we'll keep that at 180 on that end, and then go there, and then make our turn in. That's 3.9, so that's not bad. Granted, this island is higher than that island, so that works. I can live with a 3.9. I do want to bring the trees back just a little bit from here. We don't need that big of a brush. I'm going to bring it up to 100%. Yeah, that'll be fine. I just want to have these trees not right up against this bridge. I don't know, it just looks weird. There we go, cool. So that gets us a bridge in place, and not a bad one. I think it'll do. So now we need to start thinking about where we want this to come in over here. And this is kind of our shortest span right here, so that's kind of where I'd like it to go. But this might be a little tricky because over here is not flat at all. We may remedy that to bring it down to this or bring it up to this elevation, which one of the two it is, just to get the highway through. But yeah, you know what? That's probably not a bad idea. Let's see what that's going to look like here. Oops. I go that elevation. So actually, I might be able to get this to work. So it looks like that's going to be, yeah, that right there. So we can, in theory, get away with this. Just requires removing a very significant hill that's here. I'm kind of okay with that. So let me get this flattened out now, and then we'll pick up from here. So now we have a nice flat area to run over to there. So before we actually bring the highway over, I'm going to pause, and we're going to sever the power line a pretty good chunk and the highway a pretty good chunk here. And then we're just going to get an interchange in, and then we'll realign the power lines and all that good stuff. And we've mentioned this several times. I suck at building interchanges, so I just use the pre-built ones. And I think I just want this one right here. I'm okay with those ends being higher up than everything else. I think it'll be all right. The main thing is I want to make sure we're pointing in the right direction, which is about like that. And then I want to get this to where we'll be able to make a nice curve into the other two existing highway bits. And I think right about there. Looks like that's going to get that done. Yeah, that'll get that done. And then I just want to look and see what we have here for any terrain challenges. And it looks like, I mean, yeah, there's some dips and bumps and things, but I suppose I could grade that out. So let's grade that out real quick now that I know where that's going to go. I'm going to mark just like a little dirt road back here just to show me where this begins and ends. There we go. So let's get rid of all this. Awesome. And then using our slope tool, so that's higher on that end. So let's go with this elevation right about here and start. Let's bring our brush size up as well. Well, that's too big. That's good. So we want to go to here and start about here and just bring that up nice and smooth like that. And then probably do that a little bit here as well. That works. And then I just want to soften this side out so that when we come back down, it's not so bad. Cool. And then we'll fix this ugliness over here in a moment. So again, just want to make sure I've got this lined up about where I want it, which is right about there. Bring this in right about here. And this should now be a much smoother slope up. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Cool. So now we can get rid of this. And then we can smooth out back here like it never happened. Except we all know that it did, but we're going to pretend. And then we're going to come into here with our parallel mode. And in our curve settings, we're going to try... Actually, let's go this way, because I think this is going to be a little bit easier. Well, there we go. And we will just... Oh, wow, it's not going to give me a guideline, is it? It's not. So we'll just have to kind of eyeball this a little bit. That's the wrong road. Okay, let's try this with the right road. Oh, I had a guideline. Perfect. There we go. And that makes a beautiful connection into there. And then we'll do the same thing going this way. Which, yeah, I'll say shouldn't be very far before it says, hey, there we are. Awesome. And then we just need to reestablish. Ooh, that might be a bit sharp for the highway. Yeah, that is a bit of a doozy right there, isn't it? So, is there anything we can do about that? There is. There totally is. So let's... Ooh, not that. No. Let's get this to where that goes straight, and we're going to bring this back even farther. Right, really far. Like to there. And instead of doing just a simple curve, we're going to do a complex curve. And we are going to bring that here and then click. And then bring that right around. There we go. That's much nicer. Cool. And when that tool works the way I think it should, things are fine. So when it doesn't work quite like I think it should, and that's more of a me thing than the tool thing. But sometimes it does weirds, in my opinion, that I just didn't think that's what it was going. It does something I didn't think it was going to do. So then we just need to get these all connected back up. That should be fine there. And then same thing here. There. And that gets all of our power reconnected. I can unpause now because our highway connection is reestablished. So we've got runoff lanes, and then slip lanes, whatever you want to call them. So cool. Our final connection is over to there, and I want to do that. I want to bring this down to just 4-lane highway. So I'm going to put that right about here. Oh, I don't need parallel. And bring that over. And be up. Maybe we need to... Okay, let's do this. Let's put this in. Oops. Let's build that. And then let's bring this down to 0. And now bring that back some more. And then delete it all. You're like, wait, what? Yes. Delete it all because it wasn't going where I wanted it to. Cool. But now I should have a guideline of where the bridge needs to go. Yeah. So if I follow this guideline, now I can just bring this up. Should be able to get over the water. Hopefully. There we go. That gets us over, and then we can just make a connection to there. That's lovely. And then bring this down on this side, down to 0. And I want to get that as low as possible. That'll work. And then just make a connection into here with our 2-lane one-way here. Go right there, and then do the same thing this side. And then, whoops, did not mean to close that. I meant to do this because we just need to flip that around. And cool, we now have another way. Oh, no, we don't, because I didn't finish this part. We're about to have another way in and out of this area. That's far enough back on that. So back to the 4-lane, give me that. Leave my guidelines on. And bring this out. There we go. And all right, around now we have another way in and out of this island, which can completely bypass. Like if it's industry wanting to ship stuff out, they can completely bypass this now, which this can sometimes get very, very busy. Why is it a traffic light again? I swear I've put a roundabout here like 15 times. And every time I come back to it, it's just like I've even gone through and de-zoned all this to give us room for the roundabout. And then it's whatever. Sorry, it's all about to get deleted in a minute anyway. So is anybody using this is the question. Well, let's get in here and first of all, remove the traffic light that's just not needed presently. And then let's just watch and see. I don't think we'll get too many going out this way. Ooh, that's a bump. I don't think we'll get too many going out that way, but I think we'll see people coming in, and I think we'll see people going this way. So I'm going to let the game run for just a few minutes and see if we get anything. And yeah, we've had a little bit of traffic go through there, so that's kind of what I was hoping to see. It's nothing major right now because there's nothing over here, but in time, this will serve this island, plus help pull some of the traffic off of here. And then once this goes all the way through and makes a connection over there, which we're getting close, we'll be in good shape. So, final thing today is something I've been wanting to do for a very long time. We're going to delete a lot of stuff. But before we do, I want to just temporarily relocate some of these buildings. I don't want to just delete them. There's no point in just straight up deleting them, but we are going to move them. So let's grab this. This is temporary. This is just to bring these buildings in and give them somewhere to go. We're just going to throw all these way out here, just so that I have them and don't have to redo them. Things like parks I don't really need to worry about, but I want to make sure all our services are represented. Maybe not fire and all that, but all the other stuff. So yeah, we can just get rid of parks. In fact, is there a way to look at just parks? Yeah, leisure. There we go. So now I can bulldoze my parks. And this is just me being unhappy with what I've built over here and just wanting to completely wholesale redo this whole part of town. And I mean, all of it. Like, pretty much we're going to leave the industry in this little area, maybe right here. Actually, no, we're not even going to leave this. Even this is going to go. So these are all parks and stuff like that, not city services, so they can go. That's a welfare office. It can go. I don't know what that is. What are you? Okay, this is one of our special buildings. You know what? We can place it back later. So maybe we just grab like the schools and things and move those, and that'll be easy enough. Why are you? There you go. Thank you. Matter of fact, we don't even keep that welfare office because it's not going to do anything over there. The only thing I'm not really sure about how to keep it functioning is the bus station. Then again, I don't know that I need to, because all the lines that are over here are going to get redone. Like that red line's going to get redone. All the stuff going over to industry is going to get redone. So yeah, we can delete the bus lines. I don't know if moving the building would have just deleted them, but I'm going to do it this way instead. So just a couple more. The only thing is we're going to lose the one that runs over here from the other part of town, but is that really that big of a deal? No, because of the fact that there is about to not be an over here anymore. We'll keep our cemetery. Yeah, maybe we'll put it over here to remind us that we need to do a cemetery, but I'm probably gonna redo it in a different way. And that may happen with a lot of these buildings, but this is just to remind me of what we had over there and what I need to reestablish. This is going to be so cathartic to just delete all of this. I think that's everything except like post offices and police stations and things like that. So now, and wireless antennas. Now we get to decimate the city and see what types of problems we're about to cause here by just mass dezoning all of this. Every bit of it. So we're at what, 65,000-ish? I didn't look to see exactly what our population was when I started here. I'll leave that island over there alone. They're fine. They're okay. They can stay. All the rest of this has to go. I don't want to take anything out over there, but I do want all this gone. So then let's just grab this and drag this way back here. Cool. I can replace these mansions and things like that easy enough. Get rid of those. And that should have everything gone pretty quick. Like I said, except for like police stations and fire stations and parks and things like that. I wish there was a big bulk delete tool like Movie used to have. That was quite handy, but we don't have it. So instead, I just get to go through and delete all these parks one by one. And I know this is crazy. What's even crazier is I'm probably not going to touch this again until a DLC comes out. Or not DLC, but the next update. This video won't go live till the end of February-ish. It's currently January 19th when I'm recording, so hopefully there will be an update and then we can pick up with this part of town. But I am just going to get rid of everything that's over here. We're even going to get rid of those bus depots. We don't need it. There's two more over there that we'll keep for now. But, oh, there's another school. See, it kind of showed me some things that I overlooked. All these buildings are out here just serving nothing. So yeah, we just cut our population by half. Strangely, still making money. Probably off of offices. Yep. My gosh, there's so much stuff here. Just everywhere I look, there's stuff that has to be deleted. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that is... Yep, parking lots. There's whatever that is. More parking lots. Oh, another school. Because you have to have 900 elementary schools to keep this game happy. And then I believe for the landscaping, I'll just leave it. But then I'm going to delete all the roads except that one and this little bit running down to here. Though I don't even know if I need that, but I'll leave them in just to be safe. What are you? You're another telecom tower. So the next time we see this, this will all be cleared out and ready to go with only the basics. Like I need to keep that, this road here, because that's giving us a power connection. But other than that, like all these paths are going to go, and I'm just going to get rid of all of it. I don't know what these lines are. There are just people just standing out here. I can't click on any of them. Just row upon row of people who are, partially sunken into the ground, most of them, and none of them can be clicked on. Well, I'm sure they'll figure out what to do. But yeah, we have absolutely killed our population, and I'm happy about it because I never liked this side of town. I didn't really know what I was doing when I built it, and it's kind of nice just to say, see ya, I've got $65 million in the bank. I'm going to rebuild it all because that's what happens. So I think I'm going to leave it here as I just happily bulldoze things. And until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.